Hi, my name is Rayyan. I'm 21 years old. From Manchester, I'm a third year medical student. So I think around year 9 when I was 13 years old, always found myself liking to help people, and then always enjoyed science at school as well. So at one point it just clicked in my mind really, it's time to combine it all together, and wait a minute, this is probably my thing. You know, everyone talks about you should really do what you want to do in life, do the thing that you're the best at, and back then I was the best at that, best at both of those things, and I thought, what career could combine those two together? And medicine came to mind. Everyone had sports and other things that I did at school. My thing at school was going out, taking my free time to go and help others. I used to go to schools to help children read. Then I used to go to charities to help people with dementia and Alzheimer's, and just be there for people who just are a bit lonely, because that's how it can get. And knowing that I could give a good care to people was something that really, really fascinated me, and I think with studying medicine, it allowed me to actually do that. So I just started to build my career from then, really, from a relatively young age, 14, 15, doing everything I can to make sure I get into medical schools and just dedicating my life to it. And then I stopped at nothing to get into medicine, and here I am today. With the UK, I mean, it's always been really competitive, it's always been really tough. I got the GCSEs, but the A-levels is where it didn't go too well for me, in reality. But I tried my hardest to get into medical school over there. Everything had fallen into place except for the grades. I hadn't really thought about doing anything else. And no matter what had happened, it felt like it was my calling. So I didn't stop at anything. Even though I didn't get the grades, I reapplied, tried to do it again. Still didn't happen. I thought, what are the other options? And I'd always known about people going to Europe to study, so I had a few friends, some family here and there who'd gone to other European countries, but the more I looked into Romania, the more it attracted me at that point. And then just going through all the other options and seeing which universities, it seemed like the country I wanted to do. And yeah, there was a lot of deliberating overall as to whether it would be the wisest choice to go into the career, but going to Romania has let me do that. If I didn't come to this country, I wouldn't be able to do medicine, which is why Romania as a country matters so much to me. I don't think that will ever change. I've researched all the different countries. Bulgaria, within my culture at least, back in England, is the most popular choice. A lot of Asians in England go to Bulgaria, so I thought, well yeah, surely that's one of the first choices. But looking at it, nothing actually really brought out much from that country. I did look at Prague, but then I heard about everything being super strict, that sort of stuff, and just basically narrowed down all the different countries and saw which one was the best for me, and Romania just seemed like most normal. You could just come here and have a very nice life and not have to worry about anything. I think that was one of the wisest choices I've ever made. Every time I come here from England, I just get this level of peace that I never get to achieve anywhere else. That's what always drives me to come here, because when I'm back in England, I'm always busy all the time with family and seeing friends, and at work as well over summers. So coming back here, I can really kick my feet up and relax and enjoy the country. And the country has so much to offer. There's so much to do, so many places to go to. That's the time of my life. That's the thing. I'm kicking myself because I've only just gone to Brasov now. I've only just gone to Poiana, that sort of stuff. Imagine we'd done that much earlier. Cluj, a friend just visited from Iași. I'm feeling I've got to go to Iași now. Moldova. Lots of famous places in Romania as well, the very famous Top Gear road that they use in one of their specials. And I believe Jeremy Clarkson himself said it's one of the greatest roads he's ever driven on. Hidden gem. There's always so many things you find here, you think, what the hell, how is this here? It's better than England sometimes, it really is. As soon as I get a car here, I'm probably going to travel most, if not all of the country. Go to all the significant cities, because we have so much freedom here. There is so much to see, there's so much to do. You'd be an idiot to not see where you live. You live in England, you're going to see the country. You live in Romania, you're going to see the country as well. That's all I'd say. A lot of people come here and they just try and adapt too much. They're trying to replicate what they used to have. If they just realise Romania for what it actually is as a country, and just realise what it has to offer, rather than trying to think, oh, but compared to my home country, this and that. If they actually just looked at what Romania has to offer, they'd be blown away. There is You could do anything and everything here. This is one of the most developed countries I've been in. There's so many things to do. The best way to describe university here is traditional. Traditional in a good way, because nowadays with all these degrees, every different university seems to have its own approach, which is normal. It's fine for every university to have their own approach to teaching a course, but the traditional way is a tried and tested method. At the end of the day, it's produced many, many good doctors, and I have good faith in the way it's taught here. Like, anatomy is taught under pressure, which, yeah, if you look at it, yeah, okay, it may seem tough, but we're meant to be doctors, we're meant to be dentists. Like, people are going to be trusting our health and our lives in our hands. So, of course, like, it makes sense that we need to be the best. Simple as that. We need to just know everything we're doing inside and out. And I think our university helps us do that. I've had students from the UK tell me that the depth that we teach our content, well, the depth that the content's taught to us in Romania, and doctors have had really good faith in European education in general. Like, a lot of the European educated doctors have come to England and gone into the NHS, and people are like, wow, these doctors, they know so much. And I can see where they get it from, because I swear to God, they want to teach you absolutely anything and everything at this university. Like, what should be rotations on the job in England in your final year is still university here. And I think that says enough about the course. Like, they want you to know everything. It's very cool that Romania offers that. So in third year, in general, I mean, there's no point going so specific about each of the modules, but what I can definitely say is now is when you really start to feel like a doctor, because for the first 2 years, it's kind of a good way of the university to make sure everyone's on the same page, but they'll just teach you everything that is more or less high school / college content and bring everyone to the same page. Like, we'll have nurses on the course who don't know that much about chemistry, and then they've got to bring themselves to that level of chemistry, whereas I did A-level chemistry, so that's it for me. Like, I'm fine with that sort of stuff. Same for biology. A lot of people haven't done biology at school. So the first 2 years was just that, getting all the theory out of the way, everything you have to remember, like anatomy and some basic human science. I think in general with medicine, you don't really feel like a doctor until third year. But it matters, it's really important. You've just got to get all that content into your mind first before even thinking of how approaching a patient. And then third year comes and they teach you how to approach a patient, literally, how to take medical histories, basic medical maneuvers, which all comes under like surgical semiology. And then we have like medical maneuvers, physiopathology, pharmacology, just to name a few. It's actual medical subjects now in third year. The rotations have started, there's lots of hospital placements. Yeah, things are a bit messed up because of COVID, but where in the world isn't? That's just how it is right now. Just finally wearing scrubs, finally using a stethoscope. Started to feel like a doctor. With regards to like uni, I think I'm going to try my hardest to dive into the field I want to go into. I'm trying to go into surgery, maybe trauma and orthopedics. So I need to find some doctors and do some shadowing, try and get into emergency wards, just try and dive into the field to just help my career in the future. Truth be told, with this place, there is always so much going on anyway, you just never really know what's going to happen next week. Like I said, so much to do. If you know it's the career you want to do, if you pour all your time and effort into trying to get into medicine, then it is simply a no-brainer to go and study it anywhere else. Stop at nothing. Stop at nothing. If you have the chance to pursue the dream you've always wanted to, why would you do something else? When you know it's your calling, when you know it's what you want out of life, you know it's what you've envisioned, it is much better taking a dive into the unknown to achieve what you want than sitting back and doing something else in life that you didn't really want to do and kicking yourself about it for the rest of your life. This was my student profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching, guys. This was another insight into the life of a fellow student here in Romania.
So if you guys are interested in similar videos or are interested in our adventures here in Romania, check out our channel as we have loads of videos coming out very soon.
And if you also want to study medicine or dentistry here in Romania, fill out one of the forms on our website and we will help you to get a place to study as well.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on your post notifications as it helps our channel grow immensely. La revedere and ciao!